You'll see you've entered sacred hunting grounds. The high hills and deep valleys will surround you as you enter Lonehollow. Then you'll know the adventure has begun. Lonehollow is nestled in the heart of Texas hill country, surrounded by lakes, rivers, creeks, thick woods, and the most amazing views, and of course, the greatest whitetail Texas has to offer. Your hunting experience centers around you. No detail is overlooked, from your accommodations and guides to the gourmet menu. Take a moment to picture yourself walking among trophy whitetail as you hunt the same trails used by the Comanches.
As hunters, we're misunderstood as people that dislike animals. I love animals, and I spend most of my time outdoors with them. I grew up on a ranch, and the life that we lived was simple. It's a life that most people aren't lucky enough to enjoy. Hunting's in my DNA. My ancestors hunted to survive, and what they passed on to me is imperative that I pass along to my family. The harvest of an animal does so much for us as humans. It creates a food source for us while strengthening the population. It is my responsibility to manage nature and help create a better ecosystem. That's just my life as a hunter.
The primary purpose of the Texas Deer Association is to increase quality hunting opportunities for all Texas hunters. To achieve that goal, the TDA advocates wise management practices, promotes research and technology regarding improvements to deer herds through the practice of controlled breeding and genetic improvements, and recognizes that hunting and wildlife management are lifelong enterprises.
Texas Deer Association raises money for their Political Action Committee fund every year through a hunt they sell at an auction, and I donate the show to be part of that hunt and go out and film hunters. And this year we sold it to Travis McGuire and his dad, and the host ranch this year is Lonehollow. And this place, I've heard the rumors, I've heard the legends, and when I got there, they were all true.
There's close to 1,100 registered deer breeders in the state of Texas, and you know, it creates a really, really neat deal for people. A lot of people out of state, they don't realize how big the breeding is and what it goes into, and people, you know, stocking ranches or this or that. And even just people that breed, you know, they breed a huge deer. You got a 2-year-old deer that's 300 inches. It's a really, really cool deal.
Coming into Lonehollow, it's just big canyons and mountains, and I'm talking mountains in Texas. You got big steep ridges and box canyons where the deer can hide, and this private lake, and it looks like you're pulling into a ski resort. There's so many outbuildings. There are these fancy rock lodges, themed places. They've got grain silos that are all built in to be places to stay, and they're just phenomenal, first-class stuff. I've never seen anything like it. Sometimes with this job, man, we stay out there. We stay in these really low rent places and not really good facilities, but we love to hunt, so we'll stay there. You know, they're nice people, but just sometimes their lodges are pretty bad, and you know, some of them barely have water, food. Sometimes we have to bring our own food. It's a good thing we're hunting, but yeah, you know, sleeping in this place is tough, and I did it for a good cause, but I'd probably only do it again if they asked me back. We got on the Ranger, we went for a ride. You have to look around a place like this, and we started looking for a place to set up. They'd been kind of scouting. We checked some cameras and trying to find out where a big buck's coming in. Travis is gonna shoot a big giant buck, and when I'm there, I might as well hunt too, so we're gonna see what I get to hunt. We're driving around, and this year, if you follow this stuff, is the year of the sheep. And for me, it really has been. It's been kind of cool. I got to Minnesota and I started with a mouflon, and I went down to Broken Spur and I got to shoot a red sheep. I've shot aoudad, and a black Hawaiian was one of the ones I really wanted to hunt. And we come around the corner And these are the biggest black Hawaiian rams I've ever seen. They're old, they got curls that go way out. They gotta be close to 40 inches. And I knew what I wanted to hunt.
Travis is after a monster buck, and it's just a matter of time and patience to make this happen.
Well, it's kind of late in the season. Travis and Crystal are having hard luck. They're seeing a few deer. They're just not seeing those big deer that they're after.
Yeah, while I was filming my hunt, Jay also had a hunt, and he was trying to film and we were trying to film, so it kind of turned into a neat deal. Both of us getting to be on the show together.
I just jump on the Ranger. That's what's kind of fun about this, is I'm gonna go right around. They said, you find a place you wanna hunt, stop and hunt. We got some big black buck. So I climbed into a blind and just looking around. It took me about an hour just to look at everything. I've got a lake behind me with mallards swimming in it. They've got tree houses for the kids. I've got these just beautiful rolling mountains out in front of me, and the black bucks start playing. These black buck, when they get real mature and they get a lot of testosterone, that's when they turn really black. You'll notice some of the lighter ones, those are younger bucks, or the testosterone just hadn't made them turn all the way. And got a black buck doe coming across, and here comes the big boy trying to show off. And these things, as small as they are, they think they're pretty tough. And so they're rolling their ears back and trying to fight. And man, I had a show. Wanted that black ram, but I've got my rifle, I've got a clean shot on him. I really thought about it, but he was kind of courting this doe, and I thought, I'll let him off the hook. I thought about it. I had a good opportunity to take him, but man, I just couldn't get my mind off that black Hawaiian. At Taco Casa, we get our beef from the American rancher, our corn from the American farmer, and our cheese from the American dairyman. We feed Americans. Taco Casa, real fresh, real food, real good, since 1972. Texas is all about the barbecue. You know, I got buddies that got smokers that they burn a cord of mesquite wood a day just to get the fire right. I'm cheating a little bit. I went and got a Traeger wood pellet grill. I got my wood pellets in. I'm going to the oak tonight. I've got a big piece of Axis backstrap. Got this thing smoked and preheated. I'm ready to throw it on. That's why we hunt. You know, the trophies are great, but at the end of the day, that good piece of organic meat that we get to eat and feed our family with, that's why I do it. When I'm cutting my meat, or I have my processors cut my meat, this is a whole piece of backstrap. I don't cut it into steaks. I might cut it in half like this is, but this is the whole backstrap. It keeps all the flavor, all the juice in there. Wild game's all about cooking it properly. I've got a Traeger, the best way to cook any kind of meat. So I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna get to about 375, and I'm gonna sear this thing all the way around. Traeger sent me some prime rib rub, and that's what I did. I put it around this thing, I'm gonna sear it real nice, then I'm gonna cut me some nice 2-inch thick steaks, turn it back down to smoke, and let the flavor just cook into those pieces of meat. Perfect piece of meat. I'm gonna put it in here, and I'm literally gonna cook this thing about 8 minutes on each side. Traeger's thought of everything. They're serious about cooking their meat. Traeger wood pellet grills. All I did, I put the pellets in, I smoked, seasoned my grill, I turned the temperature to what I wanted today. I've got a prime piece of backstrap. That's the best cut off my axis. I turned it once. I had the meat probe in it. Makes it simple. Takes the guesswork out. I still have the smoke flavor due to the oak that I used, and man, that's what you want your steaks to look like when they come off the grill. These canyons hold a lot of moisture in the morning, so it's usually pretty foggy in the morning. Travis and Crystal have been going out. There's a food plot where the deer have been real active, and they finally spot one that might work. He's coming in, but he kind of zips in and out and he's gone. And it's gonna be a tough hunt for him. He's after a big one. They've got him here, but we just can't get him in front of the camera.
Yeah, the deer, he came out so quick, and he was starting towards the rut. He really wasn't paying attention to anything, you know. He was just kind of cruising, and we had to get on him really quick, and didn't have a wonderful shot, but I was pretty confident that I could make it. The angle was pretty bad, but it dropped him. It worked out really good. Lonehollow Ranch, this is the 4th day, you know, the last minute of the last day, and we got pretty lucky, and this guy stepped out, made something happen. It's kind of a rainy day. The deer didn't move real well. They've kind of been stove up. This cold front just came in. It's been like 75 the first 3 days, so we got really lucky for this to happen.
He's got all kinds of character. He's got points going everywhere. He's got different eye guards, and Travis is pretty happy, and it was fun to hunt with him. You know, this guy likes to hunt, and of course, we had that in common.
You know, filming a TV show, having the camera crew and everything, it's a lot different than normally hunting by yourself. You know, you have stuff you really got to work at to get the right shot for the show and everything with the deer, and you don't want him moving this way or that way, and sometimes it really doesn't work. You just have to improvise. It's my turn. I have a couple days left. Travis has got his deer down, and I decided to go after this black ram. They've been coming through the same spot. We've seen him there a couple times.
Look at his beard. It's like badass.
I've got my vortex on them, and they turn around, they split, and they get out in the deep brush, and they're gone. That was my chance, and I didn't get it taken care of. So we're gonna have to try it again tomorrow. The bucks are still kind of rutting. They rut later in South Texas. And here comes this ruddy buck, and just to see him, man, he had one thing on his mind, and he didn't care about anything else. And I tell you, if he got in his way, it might be trouble. We get out in the blind, and it's this eerie morning. You got fog sitting on the ground, sunlight beams are coming through the trees, and it's just that Lonehollow name, and it looks like just a weird, eerie hollow down here. And this morning's gonna be pretty fun. Through the trees, through the fog, two black bodies coming in. The same two rams that I've been seeing, the one I've been wanting, and they're almost identical. Actually, one's just a little bit off the other. They're both phenomenal representations of black Hawaiians, and I'm excited. You can hear my heart beating on the wireless mic. I mean, I get excited when I go hunting. That's what it's about. When I quit getting excited, I'm gonna quit hunting. But they're coming in. I've got some oak trees between them and me, and I wanna make a good shot, and we kind of weighed him out. That's that big mature gray-faced one. He's older. Let me let him look the other way. Finally get a clear shot. There's an older of the two. He looks like the more mature ram. He's got gray on his face, gray on his legs. I decided to take a crack at him. My vortex, my accurate arms, all works out. My first black Hawaiian out here at Lonehollow. I saw those guys the other day, and I've been having fun shooting these Texas sheep, and that's a monster. There's two of them that have been run together we've been seeing, and they're both 40 inches. And it's fun. You know, this is Texas hill country, and you got black Hawaiian sheep, and it's late, it's December. The deer are kind of quitting for the year, and so this is fun to get out here and hunt these exotics. But accurate arms came through again, didn't go anywhere. So these things are tough. But fun hunt at Lonehollow. Travis got a really nice buck, and I saw some nice whitetail too, but I kind of been wanting a sheep. I've been wanting to shoot another sheep, so it's fun. You know, it's not a big horn in the mountains, but it's still a lot of fun. Look at him. Look at that sheep. Look at that curls. He's a bruiser. He's got scars all over his face. That might have been his buddy with him, but I think they fight a lot. Oh, thank you, Lord, for a good week. Great place to come. And I live in Texas. Another amazing hunt. This year we decided to help the TDA, the Texas Deer Association, with their PAC fund, and we donated a show to come out and film whoever buys that hunt to shoot a giant whitetail off Lonehollow. And I came along and just kind of hunted. And the cool thing about Texas is the exotics. And I started hunting sheep this year, and there's so many different species of sheep down here. They've got even a little Texas slam. So this is one I never had seen, and this is quite a representation of a black Hawaiian. double curl. I mean, it was just, I've been thinking about him since the first day I saw him, and this is our 4th day out here hunting, and I finally got a shot at him. But what an awesome time, and what an awesome animal. It's been a great hunt. Lonehollow is just phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it, and they described it to me, but until you see it in person, you're just blown away. There's so many different things there that make it so cool. They've got mountains and box canyons and a private lake out in front of the lodge, and the lodge it's very unique. I've never seen anything like it. That's all I can say. And then they've got a gourmet chef. So yeah, I'm blue collar adventurous, but it's fun to come see some of these ranches here in Texas.
It was a tough hunt, you know. A lot of people, they think it's pretty easy sometimes, but man, it's really not. We were here for 4 days, and it went down to the last minute of the last day, and luckily it worked out for us.